So, we just now beat, well, not just now, but we beat the new 2 DLCs for Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Right this second.
Right in this, I mean, we finished them and we shut everything off, and now we're doing this. Promise. Honest to God.
Uh-huh.
Whichever one you believe in.
Whichever one you believe in.
So, oh my God. I figure we'll do this for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 1 and 2, put them together, and 3 and 4, whenever they come out, we'll put those 2 together as well.
Yeah.
So, alright, let's start from the top. Handsome Jackpot.
It was a lot of fun. I love working for Moxie, and
Honestly, Moxie was probably one of the best parts. I'm actually
Yes.
kind of ashamed she didn't have a bigger part.
I know.
Like, she talked to us a bit, but by the end of it, I kind of felt like, I mean, she was literally phoning it in. By the way, spoiler alert. A little late, but spoilers!
Yeah.
If you haven't beat it yet, don't listen. It should be obvious.
If you haven't bought it yet, go buy it, play it, and then listen to this.
yeah.
Yeah, then you have my permission to cry. But, yeah, no, anytime we do anything for Moxie, I always love it.
Mm.
Like, not because, honestly, mostly because of her personality.
Yes.
Not because of her looks. Those are just the bonus. I love her can-do, take command attitude.
Yes.
I do, however, love her new look.
Yes.
look is
I
fun.
love her new look. It's so much fun.
It is really fun. I do enjoy it.
Yes.
Too bad, like I said, we don't get to see too much of it. We get to see more of it in this, you know, but, you know, I'm surprised she didn't play a bigger part in the main game.
I know.
Did we do anything for her in the main game?
Not
Not
anything major that I
really.
can even really think of, to be honest.
I can't think of anything
Yeah,
either. I'm pretty
no.
sure if there was anything, it might have been like one quest.
Like, I
Yeah.
think you can do stuff with her chip jar, but I don't think it even explained that.
Well, I didn't explain it in 2 either. But, yeah, you can donate to her tip jar again. I haven't donated because I know what happened last time, and I want to...
Wait.
Yeah, I want to save those up because her guns are typically not bad, even if
No.
they're just purples.
Usually
Yeah.
if I get a Moxie gun, like, I'll keep it for a while just because of that lifesteal.
Mm-hmm. Lifesteal's
Yes,
nice.
it is so nice. That's why I love Moxie guns.
But, no. I will say the amount of money it felt like you could get out of that DLC
Jeez, it
was pretty nutty.
Good
ridiculous.
lord. I mean,
Like,
well, and it's supposed to be casino, lots of money, so that makes sense. Like, I'm glad.
It does, but
but man, you would go in with like no money. You walk out with 2-3 mil.
I think that's
easy.
something that's worth talking about is the fact that it was kind of like a casino. Like all the times you had to spend money, like the VIP rooms and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the amount of money you could still just get back from, like, okay, you open up one of those rooms which costs, I can't remember, it changes as you level up, but
Yeah.
like 50 to
53,
80,000 or something like
yeah.
that, and then you go through and it felt like didn't even dent it, and
Yeah.
you probably walked out with probably some good loot, another buttload of cash,
Yeah.
like
Sometimes even the purple money.
iridium stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think there was.
There wasn't too much con in getting access to those VIP rooms. It took a chunk, but you would get a chunk back, so it
Mhm.
It evened out.
evened
Yeah,
out.
but like I said, that's playing to the motif.
Yes.
I do feel like there could have been more gambling aspects to
I
it.
kind of do too. It didn't feel so much as a casino, as much as it did a.
Bank.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
say hotel.
but
That
you
too.
know what? I'm not well. It's supposed to be kind of like a resort
Yeah.
that was run by Jack.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of resorts have casinos. I mean, even when we went on a cruise, how big was the fucking casino on
It
that
was a
ship?
whole floor.
It was kind of dumb.
Yeah. It was stupid big.
I mean, I like the chess with the blackjack.
That was
Yes.
neat.
That
So
was
I wish
fun.
there was more stuff like that with different kinds of casino games, like
Yeah.
maybe roulette or
But-
craps.
yeah.
Or maybe more mini bosses that were, casino based.
Like roulette, poker.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do
that
we-
would have been.
Do we see any one-armed bandits in that place?
like from Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
No, they had slot machine mimics, but and they would give you a buttload of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But for all intents and purposes, no. I feel like there definitely could have been more diversity because we got a familiar enemy back in the Hyperion loader bots.
Oh yeah, I missed loaders.
Yeah, and they can be tough.
Yeah.
I forgot how tough some of them could be. some of their defenses.
Yeah, no, those badasses are nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you had a lot of corrosive.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have any corrosive, so
I had none.
Yeah, me and Foxy were built for that shit, so...
yeah.
If it weren't for my spider, I wouldn't have had any.
I had my corrosive legendary, all my powers were corrosive, my melee was corrosive, everything was corrosive.
Yeah, I didn't get that kind of a luck. But it was okay. We still did
It was
pretty
fun.
good.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing those again, fighting them again. They felt like they got just as revamped as the rest of the game. I'm just kind of sad that the rest of the enemies were basically just
more bandits.
the bandits with a different name. So, like, I want to say it was a bunch of new stuff added, but in reality,
Not really.
it wasn't. It was loaders from the second one and differently named enemies.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them even behaved differently, did they?
Not
No.
really.
Not
You
that
had
I-
your exploders, you
Uh-huh.
had the wacky guys, you had the big guys.
We had the
They-
tinks and
they all just had different names.
Yep.
Yeah.
They even the Tinks even had the turrets still. so-
Yeah.
Except instead of calling them tinks, they called them bookies.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then like,
See,
the
so-
enraged, what was it?
The Goliaths?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were called tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically same enemies, different names, which I know people could debate that's been a thing before. Like in Scarlet's, they're pirates instead of bandits.
You know, but the pirates did fight differently, though.
They did.
So, I mean, there were some that were cursed, there were some that came after you, and, like, they did fight a little differently.
Yeah.
But these guys didn't fight differently at all.
Oh no.
I feel like the human enemies were more a joke than, anything,
Kind of filling enemy space, basically.
basically. I think the star was supposed to be the loaders.
Mm-hmm.
Did we fight anything but loaders and bandits?
No, that was it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's Hyperion, so
Oh.
I mean, I expected there to be a buttload of loaders.
Yeah.
Oh no, the rat.
Oh yeah, the rats,
Those are-
which there are fucking everywhere. in
Yeah, I was about to
3.
say, those, yeah.
Like it's weird if they're not somewhere, to be honest.
Yeah, but they were. We fought this
I know those
before.
are tiny, mini, nothing, but
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. But, man, now that I'm actually talking about it, there's a lot that I was just kind of like, man.
yeah, the music for it was such a letdown.
Well, especially-
until the
yeah.
very end, like credit scene for it,
Almost.
like
Almost. There were 2 instances where I was just like, God damn, okay, yeah, now we're getting the music. And that was whenever we finished Digby's,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
his little side quest, and we got the, well, the best music came from that exact same quest. When they had the heavy metal
yeah,
playing, that sounded fucking cool, and I was like, hell yeah, let's keep this up.
Yeah.
Which is funny because me and Shade were just talking about heavy metal and Doom,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a different kind of heavy metal. Like, so there's 2 different kinds of heavy metals we're talking about. This is the kind I like. But yeah, they had that, and then we had to shut down the speaker. I was like, oh, okay.
and then we got Digby's
And then
music.
he put his music up, but that was pretty banging too.
yeah,
But it
After.
only lasted until you got back on or changed areas. Like, it wasn't a constant change.
Yeah.
So the music really flopped,
Yeah.
in my opinion, for the casino DLC.
What Digby did and what the ending credits music was is what I thought that throughout the whole thing
That's what it should have been.
yes,
But it was
just
more depressing ambience music,
mm-hmm.
which didn't fit the theme.
No.
Because I think jackpots, I'm probably thinking like you guys. I'm thinking like fucking trumpets. I'm thinking like something jazzy, fucking Vegas, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Viva Las Vegas, you know?
Some upbeat fucking banana. Dun, 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 dun.
'Cause
Yeah.
even if it is like an apocalyptic space station, they're still gonna have the same fucking music going all the time. That's probably making all the people go crazy.
Yeah, maybe that's why they went crazy, because it was all that depressing, like
Yeah.
womp 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 shit. Because that's basically all I heard was meow meow meow.
Because with
Like,
the DLC we're gonna talk about next, I would just, whenever we were just standing around, I would stop and be like, man, this music is awesome.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. Like fitting the theme and the scenario, because like I said, we're running through a casino.
Yes.
I mean, this is a place meant to attract people, and all the
You
music
got
we
this.
got was
Blah. Mundane.
it was depressing. It was
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic depression. Like, that's what I'm gonna call that. It's just something you put on the background to show like everything sucks, life is dead, we're all dead. And it's just,
Which really doesn't fit the Borderlands universe in the fact because it's like the universe is supposed to be like, oh, all this weird and bad crap is happening, but for some reason everyone has like a happy-go-lucky attitude about it.
or they're putting them on airs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like one of those you can't afford to be blah, 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 because then you're just gonna die.
Yeah. Especially because apparently they had like gangs of people on the ship and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yes.
it was a space station. It was supposed to be a resort, and that's the thing. Even if it wasn't that, they could have had at least something like steel drums, maybe something elevator-y music, but it was just the same old boring music.
All the way through.
Yeah,
Except
like-
for the few incidents.
Except for the few instances
Yeah.
where they upped it up.
Yeah.
But that was in reference to a music-based side
Side
quest
quest.
and a music-based character.
Yeah.
Which I feel after you did that, maybe they should have revamped it and kept it going. Or maybe an option somewhere in Timothy's hideout or something to
Yeah.
flip the switch on that. Because, God, like, I can't... Even the battle music just really didn't...
Didn't really do it for me.
No. Like, it was just generic battle music.
Yeah.
There was a lot more they could have done with it, but they just did not do. Oh, my... But, speaking of characters and Timmy's hideout, let's talk about some of the characters from this, okay? Because I feel some of the characters shine, okay? Getting the old handsome Jack clone, Timothy,
Yeah.
actually felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, seeing how much he hates being Jack, and how much he's still cursed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Poor
he literally
guy.
has Jack's DNA grafted into him. He can't get away from it.
Yeah. So, even every so often, he has the urge to strangle some puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a very interesting character to do stuff with. That being said, a lot of the characters that came in were pretty entertaining in my opinion. I liked Digby mostly. Some of his exposition took way too damn long.
Oh yeah, he's one of those characters that I feel like he's okay in very small doses.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad. Like, the amount of quests we had for him are about the amount I could probably stand. Any much more, and it probably...
Would have been too much.
He was starting to grate then, but then he gave us the awesome music, and I was like, happy days. But he was still cool, and I do like that I brought this up whenever we were playing, but he was actually mentioned in the main game. Whenever we had to fight with Respawn, with the Malawan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, put on some music, and he put on some like sex-making jazz music.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be from Digby.
Digby.
So
Yeah.
I found it really cool that they connected the DLCs like that.
Oh yeah.
So it gets a lot of points for that. Speaking of connection, that's something I want to talk about
Oh,
too
yeah.
later.
Yes.
Because that was
The
fucking
second you
cool.
said that, I was like, we better talk about
Yeah,
that.
no, because he better be in each and every single one, or I swear to God, I'm going to riot. Okay, but that was so fucking funny. But no, yeah, Digby was fine. Timmy, you know what? He was fun, but I don't think he really added too much.
Not until
Really?
the end.
Yeah,
Not till the end. The end, he really started to shine.
Yeah.
Especially when dialogue between Moxie and him started to go through.
Yeah.
But throughout a good chunk of it, it just felt kind of like he was just kind of there.
Well, yeah.
Poor guy.
He was put in a shit place, in a shit position, and just...
He felt more like a transition to the main bad guy of this, which was what, Pretty Boy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. To which I have to also make the reference and mention again, Handsome Jack.
Pretty
Pretty
Big
boy.
boy, yeah.
Uh-huh. So, little stuff there, but I felt he was weak.
Oh yeah. Again, whenever we played this, I kind of had that fear for the second DLC of like, oh, again, we have a whole bunch of interesting side characters, a bunch of interesting side enemies, and then the main focus, the main shebang, bad guy, again, is just this meh bad guy. It's like, oh, I want to be a bad guy. I want to be the leader of this station so I can make a whole crap ton of money.
Very generic, boring bad guy villain type.
Yes.
I wish I could say something good. What?
Well, keep going, but I got something I want to add.
Oh, I was
One
about
of
to
my
say.
characters I like.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there, but yeah, he was just classic villain tropes stuffed into one package.
Yeah.
Not the great ones.
Yeah.
No.
Like all the stupidly cliche ones, like stupid arrogance, stupid levels of greed, and he got lucky and got into a position of power somehow. Did he even explain how he got into
He
that
got
position?
locked into that tower because he was basically Jack's jester, his
Oh,
funny
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And so
See, that's just, he didn't leave a fucking mark on me, so I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
So he literally just got lucky.
yeah, he got really lucky because he got locked in Jack's tower, and so from there he could just kind of
He could
control
control everything.
And once he started controlling everything, then
See, and I really, and I
or
talk.
he could almost control everything. There's still
Oh.
things he couldn't because Timmy.
He doesn't have the DNA.
yeah,
He didn't have the jack.
he didn't have the hand.
Yeah. Okay, so that is something that I did talk about. I never thought I'd say that the main two characters of Borderlands, or main two villains of Borderlands 3 would get positives, but after Pretty Boy, they are better.
They are better than Pretty Boy.
Because at least as we're going through, they're not sitting there like, oh, you done it now. Oh, you done it now. Just wait, it's going to get worse. Oh, you done it now. And like every single time you do something to defeat him, it's like, oh, don't wait. Now it's going to get serious. And then
Yeah.
you kill that, and it's like, no, now I'm serious. Now I'm getting serious.
At least with the twins, they had like god powers so that they could actually back that up. But
Yeah.
And they were more taunting and like, hey, we're ahead of you, you can't keep up, instead of, oh,
Well, that's
things
the
are
thing.
gonna
They
get
were
worse.
kind of always ahead.
Yeah.
which,
Even if just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, since we already said spoilers, I mean they were Typhon's kids, so they already knew from all the stories where to go anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
how were we supposed to beat them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had inside knowledge.
Yeah.
But at least they weren't like they flaunted their victories. They didn't try to flaunt our victories in our own face, saying, "Oh, you just beat my small fries. I got much more bigger stuff waiting."
Yeah.
They're just like, "Oh, thank you for taking your time. We did what we want, so yeah, they stalled you long enough. Bye, gone." So they broke that trope, which I can see as a positive. But literally every single instance with him was just that. And that shit gets old. If that's what your villain has for depth going for him, which granted he's probably not supposed to be that deep of a villain, but
Still.
it's not like I felt much of anything after getting to the end and killing him. It
Oh,
was just
yeah.
kind of one of those like, oh yeah, we're done. But
One of my favorite side characters was the trap loader.
the trap loader?
Claptrap. The
Claptrap?
Yeah.
Yeah, from
'Cause-
Trashlantis.
Yeah. Cause like he sacrificed himself, and he's like, "You'll still be friends with me, right?"
Oh,
And
the
then
Clapstructor!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know
Yeah.
what I meant. But and like at the end, they have the little clip where the people are still going to him because he saved
Okay.
Trashlantis.
You
like
know-
I loved that.
Oh, yeah.
That, that is actually something really cool that I'm glad that they did. They brought back the, like, Ninja Revolution zombie claptrap thing.
Oh, that was one of my
God.
favorite scenes in the whole thing.
That was
That
really
was
cool.
fun.
Like, a reference to the first Borderlands. Like, that made me happy. Okay, you know what? Speaking of that area, Trashlantis was probably my favorite part of that, spaceship.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the most original, I
Yeah.
think.
That's probably why it was my favorite. Because casinos, yeah, they could be cool, but at the end of the day,
It's a
you're fighting through casinos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we said, it didn't really seem as casino-ish as it could have been.
Mm-hmm. It just felt like more generic Borderlands in a casino.
Yeah.
Which, once again, that's not bad. I like Borderlands, so
Yeah.
I had fun playing it.
It definitely
Well-
reminded me when we were playing, I think it was pre-sequel, when we were inside Hyperion's.
Yeah, inside the Hyperion base.
Yeah,
like our
that's
base of
what it
operations.
reminded me mostly of, was in the actual Hyperion base. Which, yes, he owned Hyperion, so I get it, but it felt a little bit too much like that.
Thank you. I felt like it felt very familiar.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah.
But another favorite character, well, Ember, or that was her name, right?
Yeah, Ember.
She was so much fun. Like,
No, she was cool.
Now,
Yeah.
she left such an impact, she turned into an NPC, so...
Yeah, no, I felt Ember was... Wait.
in our campaign.
really?
Flame Fatale.
Oh, that's right.
I am surprised you guys didn't realize that until now.
Well, she didn't use a whip, so
Yeah, I can't, just copy and paste. That's copyright infringement.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
It just didn't dawn. Like, I figured whenever we did that, but, like, at the moment, it just didn't dawn on me.
I probably would have made a connection if it... But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Going on.
Yeah, that's another podcast. But, that's... No, she was fun.
Yes.
I liked her personality because it was... She felt like she could almost be her own Vault Hunter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, in all honesty, yeah.
Like, with amazing buffs to,
Fire damage,
incendiary
and
damage and stuff like that.
explosions
Yeah.
and,
Like, she felt like you
yeah.
could take her and put her as a character and it would work.
Yes.
And I find that to be really stinking cool.
Yeah, I loved her a lot.
Personally. Like...
Okay.
Yeah. No, don't mind talking about her because her personality fucking rocked.
No, yeah, she was one of my favorite of the heist group.
But
Anyway. I just don't want to go too far on one and not touch on the other.
babe, we got it under control. Don't worry. Okay. But yeah, no, her personality fucking rocked. From the moment she was introduced, I was like, oh yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yes, ma'am. I'll do whatever
Loved
you
it
tell
every
me
time
to.
she came over the voice comm.
Yeah, I did too. See, but that I was a little saddened because the story was just very, very generic.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really feel like it added too much.
What was his name? I didn't like him so much that I just didn't even remember his name, but he was the one who was all about the robots.
Oh, Mullet
And-
Man.
Yeah, Mullet Man. What
Was it Freddy?
Yes!
It was Freddy or
Freddy.
Frankie. I think it was Freddy.
It was Freddy. Yeah.
Yeah, the one who, betrayed us and then we kicked his ass.
Yep, and I didn't even feel bad for it at all. Like,
No,
I, didn't
I
like
hated
you
him
at
as a
all.
character. Like, he was so obnoxious.
Yeah, he was my least favorite out of the heist gang.
And he didn't fit in.
No.
At
No.
all. Like, he felt very out of place in this DLC.
I could see where he fits in because whenever you have a heist group, because they were pairing heist movies,
Yeah.
you gotta have the hacker man.
And so
Yeah.
he was.
And he is the quintessential, whenever you make a there's this parody called Hacker Man. And he looks exactly like the character from that.
I guess that must have been what the reference was supposed to be,
Yeah,
but
he was basically referencing every 80s and 90s hacker guy and movies and stuff like that.
I feel they could have done better keeping him in because he literally felt like somebody copied and pasted something totally different in. And it didn't.
He didn't flow with the rest of the characters.
No, he stood out a lot. He felt very forced, which granted some Borderlands humor is, but I do have to draw a line at too forced. And Freddy was it. Every time he came on, I was just like, shut him the fuck up.
As opposed to the guy who led Traslantis, which I really liked him.
Yes,
No, he was
so-
actually really
and,
entertaining.
He
Yeah.
dressed real nice, even though he was.
I
like,
wanted his fucking clothes, man.
Yeah, no, he wore the fanciest, and like she said, he wore the fanciest, even though he was from literally the trash compactor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, that fucking world. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because that was stinking cool. Okay? Just the sheer size of it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it was massive.
Yeah, like
Like-
the scale of that little segment, that map of
Yeah.
the trash area, the compactor area.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they made an entire city down there. And even then, they explained how it was able to come to be because of some steel beam that came in and jammed everything. Mm-hmm. How cool of a concept was that?
yeah.
Like, that's pretty stinking original. And then to have the whole thing, like, we need to reinforce that, otherwise all this
It's gone.
is gone.
Yeah.
And fucking brilliant little piece of area. I loved it. Okay? And the expansiveness of that will really translate whenever we talk about Guns, Love, and Tentacles, because
Yes.
holy shit, if we were going to talk massive scale, expansive,
Oh my god.
oh my god. But before we get to that, the last part, I have to talk about the ending. What did you guys think of that? Well, one, I'll tell you, the boss fight itself felt really fucking cool to me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the concept
fighting
was
the-
interesting.
Yeah.
Fighting that giant jack robot.
Yeah.
And then it
And
just
then-
drains the money.
Yep, realizing that he's like, you got his literal bank account number, and the more you defeat it, the more he's using to repair it.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
at the end, whenever it's just like, yeah, you got no more money, well, how do we do this? We'll take your blood. And then it turns from armor to regular health.
Yeah. Like, that was a pretty damn cool... Once again,
That was
Borderlands
dark.
3 is just blowing it out of the water with some of these boss fights.
Yes.
I'm glad they're not just bullet sponge central. Shoot it till it dies,
Yeah.
hopefully. They actually change it up. They're testing you. They have different things going on. I love that. And this was no exception. Fighting giant robot Jack and then having it to where he has to repair himself. Totally new concept that worked for this theme. That boss fight really epitomized the DLC itself,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yes.
And once again, killing him was nothing, but that ending, okay? How we have to talk about Tim because
He was ready to sacrifice himself and just go down with the ship. He's like, get out.
yeah,
Yeah.
We're going in a black hole. Leave. while
yeah,
you
like
can."
he was just like, don't just leave me, and we're like, we're not leaving him,
Yeah.
and he was just like,
cuts off his own hand.
okay,
Yeah.
like which it's not such a bad thing because Borderlands they got bomb ass prosthetics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Gage herself has an entire arm that's just
She made it in her freaking garage.
Yeah.
that she can use to summon Death Trap
Yeah.
Who's
at will.
Yeah. I mean, look at Wilhelm. I mean, we can fix him up.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can give him a Luke Skywalker hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy. And with Moxie in control, it's not like he's going to need the fucking jack hand anyway.
No.
So that fucking really helped make Timmy a much better character than
Yes.
he really had any right to be.
Oh, yeah.
But he was fucking phenomenal. I was happy at the end of that DLC just to see him like talking to Moxie
Oh, yeah.
and having that whole realization where it was like, she knew I wasn't Jack.
She knew! Freeze frame!
Yeah! Like, the ending of that DLC was great.
Yes.
The execution could have been better.
Yes.
That's okay, though.
But I felt like the ending made it feel good for everybody.
Yes.
And then the music was just...
Oh yeah, no, the
Yes.
music was amazing. Like I didn't
Love
want to,
music.
I didn't want to press start and skip because I wanted to listen to that.
I
whole
didn't
dang
skip
thing.
it. I've actually looked up the songs and listened to them again after the fact. Like, straight up, no joke. That shit was great. But anyway, moving on from that one to DLC number 2, Guns, Love, and Tentacles.
Oh yes.
Okay. As far as the Borderlands series goes, this... Oh, wait. There was one more character I want to talk about in DLC. One. That robot.
Oh my god, the one who just wanted a friend.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
just died. It's like, what?
Yeah, like...
It's like these writers know how to kill what we love, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
While not... They've made me feel more for that one robot in, like, one side quest than a lot of characters in the main game of 3.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off.
And she wasn't there, but I'm gonna blame Ava for this somehow.
I do blame Ava. Because they're like, oh god, we gotta get a character that they'll love. What about a loaderbot who wants a friend, but can't have one because he's about to die? Brilliant. And like I said, I felt more for him than I ever did for any other character.
Yes.
Pissed me
Like,
off.
Well, and it sucks because it's like my power core is going out. So I'm just like, we were literally gathering those shits in our last mission. We haven't even turned it in
No,
yet.
he was defective. That's why he blew up.
Oh.
It wasn't just that. It was you probably could get him another one, but he was just going to
he
blow up
would
anyway.
just pry it. And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But and just for him to be like, "Thank you, I can die happy now."
Blech.
I was so pissed.
Yep.
But
Like I literally stood there and just watched him until his body literally disappeared into the ground.
I
Or-
know.
No, not into the ground. It just kind of it disappeared.
yeah. But no, I felt that too. Like I was just sitting there, like, he's a side character. Damn it, I shouldn't care. But you know what? That was good. That was really good writing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just a nice little ball of good. That really is accentuating what they can do with some of their side stuff.
Yeah.
Because DLC 2 had this in spades.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
man.
god, I didn't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Guns, Love, and Tentacles is probably one of my favorite DLCs in the entire franchise.
It's probably one of my favorite DLCs of like all games, to be honest.
it's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Like
Like, it's not number one, but it's like probably in the
It's
top
in there.
5.
it's
Yeah.
definitely top 5, 100% top 5, possibly top 3. That one felt so good.
Mhm.
This they paired everything perfectly in this one. Ambience, fucking scale, environment, music, characters, everything was perfect.
Enemies were actually new.
Enemies were
Yes.
new. They fit the theme in spades.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, the
Music
quest.
was right on.
Yes, I love that.
It was so good. I love it.
And it involved new and old characters that we love so much.
Yes.
Bringing Gage back was fun. Seeing her as a wedding planner and her just being like, bringing her eccentric personality.
Yeah.
I had mixed feelings about that because I'm just like, she's acting like Gage still.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the whole like, I quit being a Vault Hunter and became a wedding planner. I'm just like,
Why?
what? I'm just like, okay, I could see maybe her being like, wedding planning and Vault Hunting, but I don't know. I guess out of all the Vault Hunters, she would probably be the one with the skill set, and probably she was young enough. She probably decided, maybe I don't want to die.
She is the youngest Vault Hunter, and she didn't have much choice. She had to make up a fortune running from the law.
Yeah.
So, I mean, didn't they have to change her actual age?
I believe so.
Because I believe she was younger than 18 originally, but then they made it to where she was 18.
Just to be safe.
Yeah. If memory serves me right. That's how they phrased it in her echoes, like you could listen to beforehand. Mm-hmm. Like she did all this stuff when she was like 16, and then by the time she's 18, she's hunting vaults, whatever, something like that. But yeah, if it was going to be anyone, probably her. She'd be 20 something now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I think it was a 7-year difference between the games.
Yes. I'm not sure.
Yes, because it was a 7-year actual difference.
Yes.
So, yeah, the games are 7 years apart.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah. So it came out 7 years later, and in game it's 7 years later.
Oh, that's cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
But yeah, it was great to see one of the old characters come back and she actually did fight with us. Death Trap came up and fought with us, but I mean, he's a part of the extra story too, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they do that with more of the characters, to be honest.
I do
Yes.
too. I want to see more. I want to see
Yeah.
our Borderlands 2 characers being utilized. And
Like the number ones
Instead of
were,
death.
and still are. Well, it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna get back on that horse.
there's a reason why it's called Whaley to Raid.
Yes.
But
There's just too much good things to talk about with this.
yeah.
DLC.
Okay. First off, Xylorgos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Initially, I heard, oh, it's a Frozen Wasteland planet. I'm like, we're doing the Frozen thing again? Really?
But it was so. Different.
Okay, I said that, and the game just like, you want to say that again, bitch? Yeah, Isaac
Yeah, no, it
me.
served you your words in a pie. It was just like, here you go, sir.
Yeah,
Eat 'em.
a nice big humble shit pie.
I mean, this will tell you the scale of the environment. They were just like, because the other guys were just like, man, that tentacle monster is fucking huge. I'm just like, where? Over there.
What?
What is it on that mountain or
And
beside that mountain?
I pinged it, and she's like, oh.
Yeah, like it
It
took me a
is the
second because I wasn't looking at the right part. Then I looked over and I was like, oh, it wasn't a fucking mountain. It's a tentacle.
Fucking tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In plural.
The big fucking
Holy-
I was
huge.
just like, is
Shit.
this thing a planet or is just the planet a creature?
Oh
Yes.
my god. No, that was fucking insane. From that moment, I was like, oh, I like this DLC so far.
Yeah.
The
And it just
environments are amazing.
kept promising.
The tentacles, the lodge,
a
Oh,
lot.
I love the lodge. And
You know,
I love the character.
the town.
You know what I love
Yes.
about all of it is the more you progress through, and the more you get closer to these fucking tentacles, the more you really fucking understand the scale and how fucking tiny you are.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I could not help myself as I was walking around all the environments, just looking around and looking up and seeing the fucking sky obstructed by tentacles the size of fucking Texas. Okay? Holy shit, was that cool.
Yeah, when they said tentacles, they weren't lying.
No, they weren't. You know what? I think Lovecraft would be fucking proud of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think old ones, yeah,
Yeah.
this
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Cthulhu. This thing makes Cthulhu look fucking tiny. Okay.
Even though you don't actually know what Cthulhu looks like in the real lore. But anyway, that's...
Actually, they did.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was looking up on it, too. He's described as a humanoid, dragon, octopus hybrid thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird, but still, just everything about it, okay? Just trying to go from... I don't think I actually have anything to rant about on this one.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I can't really think of anything major that I can complain about.
No, this
Not
might be
really.
our first partial tirade where we're just like, no.
It was all, like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Purely loved it. And
Like, I can't really think of anything in that DLC that, like, made me, that, like, angered me. Like, I enjoyed it all the way through.
I did too. So let's go from like start to finish. Like, course getting in with Gage. That was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
The way she introduced herself. Pretty basic. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
harp on that too long. It was enough to get her in. But then, like I
My
said,
boy Death Trap.
as you're getting closer and closer to the lodge where everybody's hiding out, and then fucking Mancubus.
I loved
Dude,
him.
he's one of my favorite characters in that entire DLC.
His voice.
Like, I kind of wish that he would show up again in places, to be honest, but he would never leave the lodge.
Yeah.
No.
I think he partially made and set the tone and the setting really well for the entirety of the damn thing, because he sold it.
Yes.
Okay, Aaron fucking sold it, 100%. I don't know how you make something so mundane sound so sinister and creepy, but he did it.
Yeah, and it works so well. And when I first saw him, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be, the bad guy." No, he's straight up just.
I didn't think he'd be the bad guy.
I didn't think so either.
That would have been
I
too
did.
obvious. But the fact that he's more than he seems, definitely.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that you're just like, he's not the main bad guy. He's not a good guy.
He's not necessarily a good guy. He seems like, just don't mess with anything in the lodge and we'll be A-okay.
He
Yeah.
seems like one of those powerful entities in the universe that kind of falls outside of the morality range and just is what it is.
Yeah. Like, don't cross me and we're good.
Yeah.
It's like, just enjoy your time in the lodge, and the lodge will provide.
Yeah. I think if you listen to some of the echoes, that I know I found a couple where he was like, somebody touched him. He's like, don't touch me. And then they touched him, and then you just hear, and he's like, I told you not to touch me, type
Yeah.
thing. And it was just like, what are you?
Well, and that's a valid question, because this lady that was like, the fucking final boss of our thing came into his lodge, and she tried to fucking, attack him, and her powers literally did nothing in the lodge.
Yeah, he's like, your power or your influence has no effect here, and she was just like, what are you?
Yeah.
Like, what
So
the fuck?
he's one of those characters I would love to know more about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of don't want to, because it takes away from it.
It
Yeah.
would ruin the mystique of it
Yes.
all.
Just know that as long as
He's at
you're-
the lodge. and
you're
he's
having
like,
fun at the lodge and you behave, you're on good terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay your bills, unlike Salvador.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
boy.
Salvador's bill.
Oh boy.
He's wanted everywhere, though, so that's not really any...
That's not you.
Yeah. He's one of the few people I think that could actually escape the lodge. He's crazy enough.
Yeah. But no, even from there on, like I said, every fucking thing we did in this DLC, I was just like, I
love
love
it.
it.
Yes.
The enemies, all the enemies were unique and cool, and even including the wildlife. Because DLC 1 didn't have unique wildlife; they
No.
just brought rats in back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one they had a fucking wolven.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the Wolvens were amazing.
And I thought it was really cool. They would roll to dodge your shots.
Yeah,
They
and,
were
like,
smarter than most creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Their AI was better, and I was just like, ooh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So like
More of that,
they
please.
would avoid. No, those were like the little ones too.
Yeah.
They would roll to avoid you. The alphas would take up a leadership role. They had support that would climb onto a rock and howl
Yeah,
and
the
buff
howlers.
them. And like that alone was stinking cool. So they had their own little dynamic.
Yeah, they had their own pack system.
yes.
And those were the locals.
Yeah.
Local wildlife, I believe. So that was cool enough as is. And then they added in the eldritch creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
What was it? Scritch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Scritch.
Script.
Were they just the floating ones, or were those little tick like ones too.
No, the
No.
tick ones were local wildlife.
Yeah, they were.
Because there's one in the lodge.
Yeah, they start with a K or
And
of something.
But they remind me like
Yeah.
a mole, tick, turtle.
Yeah, those
like-
are local planet things. The Skrit were the little floating things that supported the Eldritch bad guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you had the Necromancer ones, the Ascendant ones, the other one, whatever other ones.
there was
were.
just so many. Like I
Yeah.
could hardly keep track.
Yes.
There was a lot.
Yes.
There was a fucking lot.
It was awesome though.
But-
Just
Yeah, no, even though that kind of wildlife was pretty cool. The fact that you had stuff that was immune to certain things, completely immune to certain things. Like, I had some electricity stuff, and
Yeah. One
Yeah.
of the guns I used throughout that once I got it in that DLC, the Super Thunderbolt. It was that one where I would shoot something and then an electric ball would fly up into the air and then drop back down. My initial damage was kind of little, but once all those electric balls came down, it fucking just destroyed shit because my build does extra shock damage.
nice.
But and it's a little side thing, not even my main tree. But yeah, the bugs were local, and the Skrits were the little floaty things that popped out of the portals.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But no, like all that wildlife, just the wildlife alone was fucking cool.
Yeah,
I don't think there was a single environment I went through. You know what? Initially, I will say that the big basin, the big
Yeah.
frozen lake.
yeah,
Okay. Initially, I was really put off by that.
because big open
It's
space.
just big, open, empty space.
Yeah.
But then I really thought about it. I'm like, that's literally to accentuate that.
Yeah,
The
how
fucking
huge
tentacles.
Tentacle.
The creature thing is that we're
Yes.
fighting against.
Yeah.
So like, I wanted to be mad at that, but I couldn't because at least they gave you vehicles,
Yep.
so it does minimize that, and just the scale. Like I said, it fit the scale of the world and the fucking environment, and it worked. It came together in a very good cocoon of weird tentacle love.
One of the weird little missions there. The fish queen.
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah,
off
well,
the wall.
It was, but she
Strange.
turned out to fucking exist, didn't she?
Yeah,
Right?
she did.
But it was so off the wall. It's like, what the fuck? And I, like, when he went down in the cage, I literally expected him to just come back up dead. And then all of a sudden you just get this chest. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, that is something that's like straight out of Lovecraftian.
Yeah, but once again, it fit with the theme of everything.
I know.
So much more than the first one. Like, and
Yes.
there was not a single damn thing that I hated. Okay, even doing every single side quest, I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, the more side quests there were, the more I wanted them.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially with, what was his name?
We'll get
Yeah, we'll
there.
get to that because that's a big one.
That's a huge one, but like it's, I praise this one so much. I want more of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Part of me wants more of this particular DLC.
Yeah.
But part of me wants just more of that in general.
I
like
really-
more of that.
Whoever
good
did
quality.
the writing on this one, they need to, if they're not already in an important position in the writing staff, they need to up them.
Yeah, 100%. I've heard that it was the same people.
That kind of shocks me.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of meh for the first, and then the second was just like amazing. I just don't know if they didn't have the passion for the first one, and so they just kind of didn't really push it and make it that amazing thing they could have made it, or what the deal was there.
There is a lot of Lovecraftian lore to pull from, though, so it's a lot easier to write in a box than it is to try and come up with your own lore.
True, but at the same time, casinos.
Yeah,
It's not hard to do that, but shit. I mean, even going from the lodge to the next area, Curse Haven?
the town.
No, dude, Cursehaven was crafted very well.
Like going to the doors, knocking on the doors.
Curse
people-
Haven was a huge fucking map.
Yes.
Felt so small because of how well it worked together.
And how big, like you walked into there and you just saw this giant ass tentacle across, and you're just,
Tentacles.
Yeah.
well, I'm talking like when you very first walk in, and then there's that one right there, and it's like holy fuck, and then you see the buildings and they are minuscule compared to that. And
I'm
it's
just
like,
talking about how well it was all set up. Like, first off, everybody in that town's cursed.
Yes.
Every single person's cursed. And they're all different unique curses.
Yep.
And they played to that. You could see everybody doing something different. Like someone who thought the wolf who was cursed with the floor on fire.
The lava.
The person who's cursed to never land.
The angry cursed person, which I'm wondering if she actually cursed or is she just an angry person.
The person who barks every time she talks.
Yeah. Oh man, that was weird.
Burton, or is it Bert?
Bert. Well, I think.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Burton.
Yeah,
or was
his
it
name
Bert?
is Burton.
You know.
Yeah.
Whatever. But, memory loss and just how unique they made everybody. Somebody who turned someone to stone,
The floating guy.
We said the floating guy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The one who never lands.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, me and Bert have the same.
But just the way it all looked, the aesthetic, even if it was just boxy looking, the houses all looked really fucking cool. Like a 1920s town.
Yeah. I mean, and those towns are going to be very boxy because it's very rudimentary construction.
But the way that all played together with the tentacles, with the curses, with the unique curse for each and every person that you could walk around,
And talk
interact,
to,
knock on the doors.
yep.
They made this huge map packed with all this little stuff you could see, and it was all unique and individual and original to a degree. Original. It's pulled from Lovecraft, but they really ran with the idea.
Yeah.
It felt, like I said, it felt like something Shade would pull up in one of his
His campaigns.
his D&D campaigns.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just a place where everybody has their own unique quirk that can help or hurt them or the party. And in the forest.
Oh, dude, the forest. Because whenever the whole Lovecraftian thing came up, I was just like, oh, I wonder if we're going to get really that much of the hunter aspect with Hammerlock. And they brought that home, too.
Yeah, and I loved when Hammerlock came on the hunt with us because you could tell he was really torn because he really wanted to be there for Winnie, but
What's he gonna do there?
yeah,
Yeah.
he can't do anything, and he needs this to help progress to help save Winnie, and you could tell he kind of. I mean, everybody kind of looks, even though they're with someone, and he liked the way that, what was his name? The big guy that we fought.
Oh. I know that he liked to slash.
Yeah. But he liked him, but he's like, at the end of this, he's like, this just affirms my love for Winnie is truly strong. And it's just like, I love that.
It's that deep character development that we were so wanting in the main game that we really didn't get.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal. That dude, even, you know what?
He was fun.
He was fun.
Yeah.
And I would wager, and I would say my opinion on that is he was kind of the weak point of this DLC.
Yeah.
But even then, it was fucking good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I enjoyed his character.
I did too. They did it the right amount of times to refight him. Twice.
Yeah.
And both times they sent you on a little quest to get. They could have structured that better.
Yeah.
That's literally my own one rant. Is they could have structured his side quest stuff better.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I have to rant about on that DLC.
Oh, yeah.
And even then, it was just one of those well, I know where it's at. Let me go grab it.
Yeah.
But if they had done it to where okay, this thing is this next area you have to go in, grab those, come back. And then this is the next area you have to go, grab that, come back. They didn't do
Basically,
that.
the World of Warcraft grab 50 gray wolf pelts and then grab 50 dire wolf pelts.
I am a little curious why they decided to include a Norse
Because
type thing.
maybe he was
this.
in the mountain, very snowy, very
I guess that would do it.
And I guess they wanted to go with the whole hunting thing. And
yes.
I mean,
he is a big time
Norse
hunter.
and Slavic mythology has a lot of creepy stuff that could find its home in Lovecraft very easily. The Wendigo, dude. Oh, that fight.
Oh, that was amazing!
Yeah.
I love the way it looked.
That's why I said there's not a single area we went through that I disliked.
Yeah, no, the areas were amazing. The level design in this was top notch. 5 out of 5.
Having to go through a fucking Lovecraftian mushroom forest, that place felt soul sucking. And I loved walking through it.
Yeah.
Okay, even when we were trying to rush through, I hated having to rush through and just.
I feel like it's a DLC that I could play over and over and over
Yes.
again.
100%. I could play that one a lot. And
Like,
just
that's
take my
something-
time and explore every
Yeah.
little nook and cranny.
Whenever you have a game like this where you can go through it all together again with a different character and go from like, level 1 up, you want again where you want to actually go through it, and the main game kind of failed on that. And I think the DLCs are kind of picking up that torch, because I feel like I could go through the casino multiple times. It's not as good as the second one, but
I could still tolerate doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
the second one, I wish there was an option just to restart that DLC and play it again.
Right? Technically, True Vault promoted, but
That's true.
Yeah.
but God, yeah, no, the Wendigo.
I loved
Dude,
it.
it's one of my favorite mythological creatures, and they just brought the terror look of it, and just
They ramped it.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They ramped it up. In case those of you who might not know, a Wendigo is a humanoid
yeah.
who actually, technically, by technical standards, is a human who has kind of gone evil from having to eat flesh, and who now craves basically only flesh. This is paraphrasing it down, quick segments, and then he like goes kind of nuts and starts to wear animal skins. Particularly, he's famous for wearing like antlers. Deer skull
Yeah.
type thing, and then he like hunts out for humans' flesh and stuff like that, and it's basically immortal, hard to kill, whatever. They're unstoppable killing machines. They ramped that up.
Oh
Yeah. It looked so awesome.
Yeah, like that thing crawled out, and I'm like, ooh boy,
Yes.
oh shit. Get your pants on, because I just shat mine.
It's very interesting because they're taking things from a lot of different lores. Because you got the Lovecraftian lore, you've got the Norse guys, then you got the Wendigo, which is actually a Native American lore.
But I feel it fits so well
It
with
did fit
the
in the
whole
world,
environment and everything.
Straight
You
up,
know
the
what?
Wendigo feels like something that's out of Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fucking evil soul possesses a human to make them nigh invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, the way he crawled around and started teleporting everywhere, it was very freaky.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, did he fit the environment.
Oh, yeah.
His arena was fun. Getting to him was fun. Everything was fun. Side quests were out of this fucking world.
I think I think this DLC has the best side quest in all of Borderlands.
Yeah, because we now we gotta adjust it and talk about it. Burton.
Yes. Oh man.
That was a roller coaster of feels that I didn't know I was buying the ticket to, but I am
Glad that you
so
did.
glad that I did.
Yeah.
That is no shit. First, I was just like, oh, cool, little mystery thing we got
Yeah.
going on here. Like, little noir work.
Yeah, and that's something that happens a lot in Lovecraftian books, is that, a lot of this stuff is the unknown. So a lot of mystery noir stuff does go on in this kind of thing. And I think the Burton side quest did that perfectly.
Yeah. Like, you start out talking to him, and he's kind of just, like, jokey. Like, I spend my time thinking about pondering the existence and, detective exposition in their head type stuff.
You think he's just going to be another side character to, just help the story go along.
But then, you start doing side quests for him, and you start getting more from him, and you're like, you start kind of getting pulled in. Like, talking about that one dude that I can't remember off the top of my head, the chieftain.
I wish I could remember his name.
Yeah, but, and you talking, and you find the little echo thing for them, and he was just talking about, like, just talk about her.
Yeah.
And then all of us are just like,
and
wait,
her who?
what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
And that I believe that one echo alone was enough for us to be like, hey,
There's something going on.
let's keep doing this Burton's side quests,
Yeah.
because I want to find out more. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll find out more.
Wanna know?
And like I said, he starts off small.
Yep.
Starts off kind of jokey, and then he goes from there, and you
Deeper.
start thinking and finding different things, and we start going over trying to figure out what he forgot.
Yep.
And then we go through, and then he takes us to a tomb?
No. Well, yeah. He
Yeah,
takes us through the
basically.
tomb, and there's a box in there.
And finds the box. He opens up the box, and it's a gun.
Yeah.
And he looks through the
I
scope,
fucking love that gun.
peeks out, and then you look through the same gun he gives you, and you start to see fucking ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That was something that I did not expect from Borderlands, to be honest, because that is straight up puzzle, solving stuff.
Yeah, like, take this gun, and you're gonna need it for this side quest. And it's just kind of like, really?
Yeah, it's like the whole thing was just like, yeah, we're going to make you do some kind of gameplay that you're not used to in this type of game, and you're going to like it, and I loved it.
Yes, I fucking
Like the
loved
whole
it.
maze that you do later than using the gun.
Yeah, you have to use
That
the...
is amazing engineer. Like that. Oh, it's just such a good idea.
It's original.
Inventive.
It's
Yes.
like I said, ingenuity. You could make a game based on the concept of this side quest alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a good enough story that I felt.
Anyway,
I felt like you could make an entire game out of it.
yeah.
Yes.
And that, I feel that's makes for an amazing side quest, period. It feels like this could be a game in and of itself.
Yeah, that it could be the main story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, looking through the scope and you get to see the little wisps you have to shoot in order to progress and clear this and that and the other. You have to use it to navigate the maze. I am glad though that they were smart and said, okay, now here we get to the battle with the ghost thingies. Oh wait, no. The first battle you have to use it.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can't see them shooting at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, but they did tone it down so it was
Oh yeah.
a
Usually
lot
you
easier
could
to
kill
kill
them
them.
like one.
One hit and
Two
they would
hits,
die.
maybe.
Yeah, so they weren't like stupid difficult to get
No.
to. Yeah, so I mean,
I believe if I remember correctly, it's a Jacobs anyway.
it
So,
was
Yeah.
a Jacobs.
so
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you took more than one
One
shot.
shot, then you're not using a Jacobs.
But yeah, just the concept of that gun. And then you go through and you find this poor little girl who's trapped in some kind of purgatory. Because that's the best way I can explain it. She wasn't
Well, I mean, that's
quite a
basically where
ghost.
she is she's in purgatory.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh no. Oh no, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's exactly where it was going.
Yeah. It was his daughter.
But even then, they took that and the plot fucking thickened. I mean, okay, once again, spoilers. Then you go from there, and then you
Go
gives
there.
it gives you the location of
The home.
his home out in the woods.
Yeah.
And then you get out there, you take the portal, and you set it all up, and then you start going through, and you find out.
You see how it all happened.
Yeah.
And you see what happened to her.
And not only is it his daughter, but she was abducted by these cultists.
Yep.
And so you're just sitting there like, those sons of bitches.
It made you just want to get that cult even more.
Oh, you're like, well, fucking let's get him. But then it continues. Yeah, not only does it go from her fears of having to deal with the wolves, and it goes with the cultists, and then you find out where he's like trying to get her back, and he ends up shooting Vincent to find out
It's his daughter.
that they used her
As his host.
as his host, and
Yeah.
I was just like, you sons of fucking bitches.
And we did this right before the boss fight.
And
Oh,
then
and it got
he-
this all kinds of ramped up.
And then he
Yeah.
was just sitting there fucking like,
Destroyed because he
It's the kind of
killed
shit they
his
did
daughter.
with Jack, basically, to get us to want to, keep going and get Jack.
Yeah.
And then they had that fucking tearjerker moment where she's like, why did you forget me? He's like, I didn't forget you. I fucking... I'm okay, guys.
I didn't mean to.
I'm okay. Fuck. But... And then you do... Oh, it's so fucking good. And then they give you that bomb-ass fucking gun.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, I used that thing in the final battle. and
Yes, it just.
Mm.
Woo! I love that gun.
Yeah, that side quest alone gave me all the fucking motivation I needed to beat the final boss down.
And dude, that battle.
Yeah.
Final boss. Once again, getting into the area, like getting to the venue, which was the mansion, which I believe was the Eleanor and Vincent's mansion.
Yeah.
And the fucking library. The library was cool as shit. Oh, like I can't say enough good stuff about it. But the fucking venue, the mansion, that was cool. The fact that there was a few hidden stuff here and there.
Yeah.
There might have been more, but we were kind of
Yeah, we were
trying
going.
to get through that. And then you get even deeper, and you find out that the mansion's connected to the
To
actual
the creature.
that's in stasis, and you keep moving through and pissing it off, and then you have to fight the goddamn heart.
Yeah. And the fact in the battle that you could either choose to attack Eleanor or
the
you can
heart.
attack the heart.
I think you had to do both.
Well, you had to attack Eleanor
They
at
had the
one
same
point.
health pool.
But
they?
Yeah,
Yes.
because I was like, I could either hit the tiny Eleanor, or I could wait for the big ass crystal that comes out of that heart, and it's depleting from the same health bar.
Yep.
So I
Really?
used the Spartan laser on the big ass
They
crystals,
were
and
all
it did massive
connected because
damage.
if the heart dies, then
Then
she
they die
dies.
too.
Huh. I was about to say, I thought she had her own little health
No.
bar.
Nope.
I swore she did, but
Nope. And she would go through phases of immunity where she'd get a shield, and the heart wouldn't.
no, they did have separate health. Yeah, because we killed the heart first. Then we had to take her down.
No.
No.
Hmm?
She died with it.
No,
Yes.
she was alive after we killed the heart.
Not by much, if at all.
It wasn't by much because she did come back with partial health.
No.
But I remember we did take out the heart and then she was still floating around.
And with boss battles, we were maximum level, and we had some damn good guns, so it
Yeah.
didn't take that
It did
long.
not take
No.
long, but just the entire battle. Like
That
once
was
the heart was
intense.
gone and we focused her down, it didn't take long at all. Especially with those bomb ass
Yeah.
Jacobs and stuff because it was like
I
Yeah.
loved like one bullet hit, and then you just had those little.
all of them come down.
Yeah.
But like fighting the heart was cool.
And then it would have tentacles come out, and then it had.
You know, the
those
heart was
little-
actually remarkably simple,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was still
It had things going on around it, so you had to be watchful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was dropping down like explosive thingies.
Explosive thingies, you had the
Little-
tentacles coming out, swiping at you. I
Yeah.
got hit by that a lot.
Oh man, that hurt.
All while
like
having to
hell.
hit the little spikes that came out of it.
Yeah.
And then she'd pop out, start doing attacks and stuff. Yeah. Once again, the boss battles are top fucking notch.
Yeah, all throughout this game, main game, and the DLCs, the boss battles have been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't stop doing what you're doing with the boss battles.
Yeah, no, the
No, those
gameplay
are
aspect
amazing.
of it is perfect, awesome. You
But-
built upon what happened in 2. Just tweak the story a bit
Yeah.
in the main game. Don't mess with the DLCs.
But yeah, but shit. You know, that side quest did get me pumped up to take them out. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I still feel bad
Yeah,
because they were just as much victims as
Well,
everybody
more
else.
Eleanor than him, because he was using it to try to cure himself. So
Kinda,
that's
but at
kinda
the
what led
same
into everything. And she kept trying to caution him, and she kept trying to tell him. You know,
True, but this is also you gotta remember, this is based on Lovecraftian stuff. That thing was corrupting.
Oh, I know.
That thing was corrupting anybody near it. That's probably why half the people are cursed.
Oh yeah.
Cursed. I don't know. Probably some kind of curse, but I don't know how that works in Borderlands. Obviously, there's more than siren magic going on.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Freaky. But,
Because I mean, in Hammerlock's big game hunt, you had the
Shamans.
shaman guys that had their own magic.
true. But, yeah, I mean, I still felt bad for them because they were just as much victims as everybody else. Granted, they started doing dickish shit before they got fully corrupted. So I don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she was... He got worse. He basically died and she found out a way to keep him alive.
Yeah.
And what that basically meant is she started taking up people and sacrificing them.
Yeah.
But like I said, she was still corrupted just as much as he was because you saw the echoes.
Yeah.
She wasn't a bad person,
No.
so. But this all kind of galls back to the whole like, what would you do for love thing?
Yeah.
And Hammerlock and Wainwright won out.
Yes.
Yeah. Which it's funny, we've been talking about all this stuff and we have barely even touched on
Hammerlock and
Hammerlock
Wainwright.
and Winnie. Like the stars of this whole shebang.
You know what? There's not a whole lot really to say except they were represented well.
Yeah.
Yes.
They fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Like I was happy to see them finally get married.
They were cute.
I was happy to be the one to do it.
Right.
Now kiss you beautiful bastards. Oh, I fucking love seeing.
Oh, the gun we got for that was amazing. The Heartworks fireworks gun.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
That was fun.
there was a lot of good weapons from that one.
Yes.
The Anarchy.
Dude,
That thing
I'm
is-
so glad we did that during that event. So many legendaries.
That thing
So
is so
many damn
bullshit.
legendaries.
I was killing things so quickly and easily with that. Like I said, I can't say anything bad about this DLC. I love
No.
it. I
No.
want more. I want to keep playing that DLC.
Yeah, I am hoping.
I want DLC for that DLC.
Yeah. DLC 2 has set a very high bar for the next two.
So we'll see how they
So
hold
the
up.
next two are supposed to do something. I know number 3 has something to do with dinosaurs.
I'm
Yay.
excited.
If rumors are to be
Believed.
believed, and 4 has to do with Krieg.
Which would be awesome.
Cut the meat strings!
But that's a really high bar to fucking
I know.
clear. Or I don't want them to clear it. I want them to at least match it.
Yes.
That's all I really want.
Like, go with it, guys. Make it.
Because if it's the same level as DLC 2, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy. Because I'm ecstatic with DLC 2.
Yeah, that made me so, like, I wanted more. I
Yes.
wanted so much more. I'm sad I'm not playing it right now, kind of, to be honest, but actually I might play a little bit, that way I have something to record for this.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. We are out of time. Thank you for tuning in. We are the Whaley to Raid, and
We'll catch you guys next time.
I'm dumb, sorry. See you in the next episode, guys.
Bye, guys.
Tentacles!
Oh.